All right, so this week I have my dad's Escalade in for a ceramic coating. I'm not gonna be doing the interior on this because it's in very good condition, but he wanted the outside cleaned up a little bit, polished, and then put a ceramic coating on so that way it stays cleaner for longer. There's only one spot that I've noticed on the passenger rear bumper that needs to be touched up. It looks like something brushed up against it that needs to be polished out. So I'll take care of that when I do the polishing step. That might be something that needs to do a 2-step or some wet sanding, but I think that'll come out. The rest of the vehicle is in very good shape. I looked over everything. There's just some light surface dirt that needs to be cleaned up. So the plan tonight is to wash the exterior. I'm gonna do a rinseless wash on it, and then use iron remover and a decontamination towel to clean up the exterior, get all the bonded contaminants off. And then once I get through that, rewash the vehicle, dry it, and then start in on the polishing. I'm not gonna do a significant amount of polishing tonight. I'm getting it prepped for tomorrow. I may do 1 or 2 panels. And then tomorrow I will polish everything, ceramic coat everything, and then get it ready for delivery on Sunday. The vehicle wasn't super dirty, so I started with an APC bath using DIY All Clean diluted 15:1 and a foaming pump sprayer. This was left to dwell for a few minutes to begin breaking down the surface dirt before agitating the intricate areas with a detail brush. The emblem and front grille had a lot of details, and the detail brush made quick work with these areas. Once all of the intricate areas were detailed, I sprayed the entire vehicle with DIY Rinseless diluted 256:1 and a pump sprayer before moving on to the contact wash. The plush sponge absorbs any pressure points from your hand as you glide it across the paint. The cuts in the sponge capture the dirt safely, pulling it away from the surface and into the sponge. DIY Rinseless is extremely effective at releasing the dirt from the sponge. Simply dipping the sponge into the solution and wringing it out releases the dirt, leaving a clean sponge ready for another panel. All right, so that concludes the first night of the detail on this Escalade. So far tonight, I have pre-foamed the car using DIY All Clean, let that dwell for a few minutes, and then I moved on to the rinseless wash. When it was foamed, I used a couple brushes to clean some of the intricate areas around some of the trim around the doors and the front badge and the emblems. Once that was done, did a rinseless wash on it, and while the paint was still wet, used iron remover and a decontamination towel, removed all the bonded contaminants, re-washed the vehicle, and dried it. And at this point, I started to polish the vehicle. It's 11 o'clock at night, so I'm gonna call it for tonight. But the roof is now polished. With my post-wash inspection, I noticed a few more areas on this vehicle that need to be refined a little bit further. There's one area on the hood that looks like someone took either a microfiber or some kind of terry towel to try to remove either sap or some kind of bug remnants. That ended up scratching up the paint a little bit, so that needs to be refined a little bit further. That shouldn't be a problem coming out. I'm gonna hit it with a wool pad and then follow up with the jeweling pad that I have. So I got a bottle of DIY panel prep. I'm gonna use that tomorrow and see how it compares to the other product that I have been using. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit better. There's some things that I don't like about the current product that I'm using. So we'll give that a try and then finish polishing everything. And once that's done, I'm gonna use the DIY 8-year ceramic coating and get everything coated and back to my dad on Sunday. Excited to see how this turns out, but I will check in with you tomorrow. Even if I'm doing a single stage polish, I'll take a look around the door handles, typically this edge of the door. A lot of people grab onto that to close the door, and eventually this will start fading and you'll see some scratching, especially if the vehicle doesn't have a good layer of protection on it. So I'll typically do a second stage here or two-step polish on this edge to refine that a little further. I've already refined the two areas that I've noticed on the vehicle, the one on the hood and the rear bumper. So I'm going to take another look, and then once everything is refined, including these door edges, I will do the single stage polish and get this ready for coating.